Valley News Live at 6. New information tonight on the weekend shooting near the NDSU campus where one man died.
Minnesota health officials urge people to get vaccinated as the Delta variant numbers are climbing.
And why this golf outing was far more important than just any ordinary game. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Our Skycam in South Fargo isn't showing much at this point when it comes to stormy weather.
The dangerous stuff that's moving through has been picked up on radar, and we begin with the latest. Hutch is here to talk about a tornado touching down about 45 minutes ago. Hutch, where at?
That was in Beltrami County, right on the Red Lakes area, and we're getting reports of some damage reported by law enforcement from that storm, and it's still an active tornado warning for the southeasternmost corner of Beltrami County. So this is east of Bemidji. So in Bemidji, you're not in the tornado warning. It's basically out here. Notice a big blob of pink that we have there on the radar. That's the hail core too. So not only does it have a spinning threat and a tornado threat, look at the hail size estimates with this. We do have 3.3-inch diameter hail heading right over the lakes here in southeastern parts of Beltrami County, and still very tight rotation right over the lakes. If you're in the path of this dangerous storm, it has a history of producing a tornado and very well could be tornadoing right now with a hail core reaching over 40,000 feet. It's likely going to continue to produce hail as it exits our area. We're monitoring for development out to the west. There's a chance of some storms tonight. Not all of us will see them. If you're in Devil's Lake or Grand Forks, get the golf clubs out and maybe even the fan and enjoy your night. The rest of us, any storms that form could quickly become severe. The watch is in effect until midnight. Hour by hour forecast coming up here in a bit, but I want to let everyone know the main threats tonight will be damaging straight line winds over 70 miles per hour, hail over 4 inches in diameter are possible, and then isolated tornado. So we'll keep our eyes on that, and we'll have your full forecast here in a few moments.
All right. Thanks so much, Hutch.
The only people that are really truly going to know what happened is him and the shooter, and he's gone. So are we really going to get 100% answers on any of it? No, we're not.
New tonight at 6, the fiance of a Fargo man killed by gunfire over the weekend is asking for answers.
Fargo police say 41-year-old Eric Hayes suffered a single gunshot wound and later died after being shot by this man, 40-year-old Raymond Gunn. It happened outside the Loaf and Jug gas station in the 1200 block of University Drive South late Saturday night, just minutes from Hayes' 41st birthday.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke to Hayes' family today, who says they have no idea who Raymond Gunn is or why anyone would do something like this to the man they loved.
Just hours after her fiance and partner of 3 years left for a friend's house Saturday night, Christy Jansen says she woke up to a phone call out of a nightmare.
And all I heard on the other end was his father telling me that Eric had been shot. And I didn't cry. It was so numbing that I couldn't cry.
Since then, Jansen says there have been far more questions than answers, saying Fargo police haven't been able to give them any more information, including the why or who even Raymond Gunn is.
I've never seen him at all in my life. What caused it, why he stayed and tried to render aid after the fact.
Instead of celebrating Hayes' 41st birthday Sunday, Jansen says she and her kids spent the day in shock and grieving.
He did not deserve this.
But she emphasizes, although she is heartbroken, she doesn't hate Gunn.
I know in my heart that he would want me to forgive this man.
Jansen and her kids say they'll remember Hayes for all he did for others and his positive attitude.
He was a good guy. He definitely made sure everybody around him was taken care of as much as they could be, and I don't know, did everything in his power to just be happy.
Adding, while going on without him seems impossible, Jansen says she knows he's in a better place.
Everybody that knew us knew that we were soulmates, we were meant to be together, and we will see each other again. And this isn't goodbye. It's till we meet again.
In Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
We reached out to Raymond Gunn, who's being held at the Cass County Jail. He declined an interview. Officials say Gunn is expected to be formally charged tomorrow or Wednesday.
Minnesota health officials are urging unvaccinated residents to roll up their sleeves as the Delta variant continues to surge in the state and across the country. 424 cases and 3 deaths were reported since the last count on Friday. State health officials say the number of cases and deaths have been relatively low over the last few months, but in recent weeks there has been an uptick due to the Delta variant. And this is a gentle reminder the pandemic is not over.
The Delta variant is causing 3 out of every 4 COVID cases in Minnesota at this point in time. And that means trouble for people who aren't protected because they never got vaccinated.
Minnesota is currently reporting more than 3,800 cases of vaccinated individuals catching the virus, but that only accounts for less than 1% of the more than 3 million residents currently vaccinated against COVID-19.
Fargo City Commissioners are meeting right now to discuss the liquor license at Cactus Jack's. The commissioners haven't reached a decision on the license.
No, give her a ticket or something?
Yeah.
Look, she look.
Take a look at that. A motorist drove on the lawn of the Minnesota State Capitol in St. Paul and waved a Trump flag during a press conference today for lawmaker John Thompson. According to witnesses, a woman driving an SUV drove on the lawn, which led to a tense moment with police and Thompson supporters surrounding the vehicle. The vehicle drove off, but was later stopped where the driver was apprehended.
State lawmakers are going back to the drawing board. A law they created just a few months ago is starting to reveal unintended consequences, and lawmakers have only a few months to make changes to it. The bill goes back to the CARES Act last year. Lawmakers were upset with the governor having most of the power in deciding where the money went. A law was passed taking away those powers and giving authority to the legislature. The new law says any federal package larger than $50 million must be approved by the full legislative body, but they only meet every 2 years. Lawmakers gave the Emergency Commission $50 million for the whole interim because they were worried the executive branch would break up the money into chunks to avoid triggering a special session.
My response to that is, we're not that stupid. We can add. So that kind of bothered me personally a little bit, but I did vote for the bill.
North Dakota lawmakers are expected to meet again in November to go over the spending options. What started as a quick special session to redraw district lines is quickly adding more and more topics. In the coming months, lawmakers are expected to come up with options for adjusting this law.
In March, Congress passed a law that exempted the first $10,200 of unemployment benefits from federal taxable income for people making less than $150,000. Because some people had already filed their taxes when the bill was passed, the state tax department has been correcting tax returns, which has resulted in money funneling back to North Dakotans.
When you think about between the federal government exempting the first $10,200 and us at the state level, that can be hundreds and ranging into the, potentially thousands of dollars total that go back into a taxpayer's pocket.
North Dakota's tax department does not require affected taxpayers to file amended returns, saving people time and money. They issued a total of nearly $2 million in refunds to 23,000 North Dakotans.
Must have been warm out there today, but that certainly didn't stop golfers from teeing up for a good cause. Some 90 golfers took to Moorhead's Country Club to raise money to help with Gigi's Playhouse. Gigi's provides free educational and social programs to individuals of all ages with Down syndrome. Their building was destroyed by arson fire in May. Those who helped out say the event is not just about raising money.
They're joking and they're laughing and they're bonding, and it's awesome to see an event that's not just about the money. It's about the camaraderie and the bonding that they have grown with through these events.
Organizers say it must be a couple of weeks before they have to count all that money raised, but they're happy with today's turnout.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, he didn't make the Olympic team, but he's still trying. Devin Fry from our sports department picks up a paddle for a go at ping pong.
Continuing to track storms that tonight could be capable of producing a few tornadoes. One touchdown already. Hail up to 4 inches in diameter and gusty straight line winds. The thing is, we're only going to have a few thunderstorms. We'll have hour by hour details and we'll track these storms right after this break.